Hey there, my Geminis. Happy to see ya. I'm Heather. Thanks for coming back to Woke.Ones.Revolution. Glad to have you. And yeah, I'm back. I figured I'd come in and we'd talk about September astrology. We are in eclipse season. I'm going to talk about that for you guys and go in and throw down some tarot and pull a couple oracles as well. So stay tuned for that. I stick around. I'll show you the cards and everything. I'll switch the screen. But yeah, missed you guys and want to thank you so much for all the support, the kind messages and love that everybody's shown me during this transition in my life over the last few months. I definitely appreciate it, and yeah, I'm working on doing better and being better. Just had a whole big life transition, but Heather's doing good. Miss Miriam's taking good care of me, so very grateful I am. Well, Gemini, what is going on in September? We've got some massively powerful skies happening. As I said, eclipse season is here. On September the 7th, we're having our first eclipse, which is going to be a lunar eclipse, which affects more people on a personal level in Pisces at 15 degrees. And then on September 21st, we're going to have a Virgo solar eclipse at the anaretic degree of 29 degrees Virgo. So, woo! Hold your hats, folks. It's gonna get windy. But yeah, so the Pisces lunar eclipse is basically gonna help close some doors that have been draining and distracting you, keeping you off track. And the Virgo solar eclipse is going to help open up new pathways that are going to help you be able to refocus and, help you get that discipline back and help you better align with your purpose. So that's pretty big stuff, and especially considering that it's happening for you in some important houses. It's on one of your major axes, the 10th house and 4th house. So let's talk a bit about that, shall we? The Pisces lunar eclipse is going to be happening in your 10th house on September the 7th, right? So mark your calendars. 10th house, that activates your career, your public life, your reputation, and all those super important things, including like leadership and stuff. So you I'm assuming that like many others, with this Pisces eclipse happening in your 10th house, I know when I had mine, what it did to me, and it did have a lot to do with work. You may feel that you're at the end of a draining job, like it's just draining you, and you need, you may get, lunar eclipses are endings, right? So if we put it into that context, you may get notice that your job's going to be ending or changing, and you need to release, and or just something about your public image is going to be changing, right? How you appear out in the world, maybe that's going to be changing, and you're going to be releasing an image of yourself that no longer fits with who it is that you're becoming. Gemini. So that's pretty exciting, I know Geminis do, you're a mutable sign, and you do love change, especially if it keeps you intellectually stimulated, right? Or physically, I guess. But if we look at this here, it's exciting. It really is. I wanted to go over the Sabian symbols with you guys for what that might look like. I mean, I kind of told you the areas in general, but before I go into the Sabian and Chandra degrees, I would like to say it's important to go in and find these degree points in your natal chart and look to see if you have any important planets or angles, where they fall for you. If you do have important planets, especially personal planets like the sun, moon, um, Venus, for example, you're definitely going to be affected. Okay. And they're just going to be in the scope of 10th house matters and fourth house matters. So we've kind of gone over what happens when you have a lunar eclipse. I also want to throw in that Pisces is currently holding the energy of the North Node. The North Node is moving through Pisces, and Pisces, it very much speaks to creativity, the subconscious. It's the dream state. It's that which you can't see. It is. I mean, goodness, it is very much psychic sensitivity, but it's creative. I mean, Pisces is a very it's a very creative, imaginative sign, and above all, spiritual, right? So the North Node is being activated with this lunar eclipse, and there's something that no longer fits you at a soul spiritual level that's going to be dissolving. It's going to be going away. Some doors are going to be closing to open some new ones for that solar eclipse. So I think I could safely go ahead and move into Dane Rujar, and godfather of the Sabian symbol in my eyes. His interpretation, we round up from the 15 degrees where the lunar eclipse is happening, to 16. So in the quiet of his study, a creative individual experiences a flow of inspiration. So that'll give you a little bit of you know, something to go on there. And James Burgess is another one of my favorites for the Sabian symbol. His interpretation of 16 Pisces is of inspiration, finding grace and stillness, connecting the here and now with the eternal. Aww. And then the Chandra degree, which is the inside degree by Elias Lonsdale. This one is a little, it's a, the inside degrees are a little more shadow side, but they definitely do help out. 16 degrees, according to Elias Lonsdale, is a peaceful child on a narrow ledge that overlooks a precipice. Fate has set the pattern. You are held fast by fate, yet inwardly you're so deeply and fundamentally free. The inner life is boundlessly rich, and the outer life is starkly poor. But you live within. Make good on the past, cleanse and open, and know that nothing is as it seems, and form is tissue thin, just like the veil that Pisces energy holds, right? So, yeah, I mean, this lends to career choices, right? Like, or leadership positions that you may have once held that felt inevitable may actually reveal the limitations, right? Um, you may be having something like that close out. It could highlight that even with the outer status feeling confined, like your outer status in the world feeling confining, like you're restricted, your inner creativity, it's still within you. It hasn't gone anywhere. So allow inspiration to guide you into the public role that truly reflects your essence. Old reputations are going to fade, right? New callings are going to emerge from within, and it's time for you to step into what's true for you, right? So if you've been holding back on moving into a different position, especially a leadership position, or if the current one that you have just certainly is, specifically fulfilling your soul, then it looks like it's probably time for that to end and for you to step out of that and emerge with the new you that you're, becoming. So that's pretty big moves, and you guys got this. I'm excited for you. I know that you're ready for a new change and new Hmm, challenges, you know. Sometimes challenges keep us keep us going, right? You know, it's kind of like the square in astrology chart, right? You know, that without friction, we'd never make a move. And you know, with Uranus being in your sign, Gemini, there's a whopping amount of changes that's happening for you right now, and it's going to continue for several more years. So, you know, those it's a beautiful time to step up into some sort of maybe even creative role, and you know what, step aside from the mundane. So I'm thinking of the North Node, South Node. The South Node's in Virgo, the North Node's in Pisces, and you know we're meant to release, um, you know, the Virgo, the South Node themes of being over analytical, over perfectionist, you know, and the Pisces North Node wants you to step into more of a creative, inspiring role that fulfills you spiritually, right? So you may, I mean, if you've been writing, if you've been writing music, playing music, that music is really coming through, and or just doing new online projects and things like that. Keep with it, you know, step up. You may actually be, you know, no, I wouldn't say you may actually be. You're a lot more talented than what you want to give yourself credit for. Don't overanalyze or judge yourself, you know, just let it out there, and you know, you'll be placed in your proper role. So don't give up on those. So I hope that that helps. We're going to move and talk about the Virgo solar eclipse, because this one is going to be happening in your fourth house. Now, so that's September 21st. Mark your calendars. With it landing in your fourth house. Fourth house is what? We've talked about it. It's home, it's family, it's your emotional roots, it's your heritage. It is the parts of you that the world doesn't get to see. Okay. And so new beginnings are going to emerge there. It's your domestic life, whether it's you relocating to a new place, you know, restructuring happening within your family dynamic, and or just building and creating stronger foundations with those you care for and love the most in your, you know, home life. So I'm going to take a look here. Let me grab the Sabian symbols for 30. We round up from 29 degrees, the anaretic degree, which means potent. It's going to be extra dang potent. It's okay. And so Virgo 30, as described by Dane Rujar, totally intent upon completing an immediate task. A man is deaf to any allurement. Can't take my mind, can't take me off of this, man. So one of my other faves is let's see here. James Burgess's version of it says a false call unheard and attention to immediate service. So penetrative con- penetrative concentration of attention. Having journeyed so far and wide to the gate, to the secret garden, we must strike boldly and not be distracted by anything in any realm. So, rejecting the false through unusual power of concentration. Pretty on point. And then if we go into this beautiful Chandra degree per Elias Lonsdale. Um, Super sensible beings manifesting through geometric forms. Sacred geometry inscribes the pattern of the world going through its greatest shifts, its quantum leaps, right? If you learn to stand back and be within the greater archetypal motions, you find yourself being placed in the perfect strategic positions and exquisitely rightful initiations and assignments. The transparency of things is superlative to behold. You are being called to serve the highest and to respect and honor all manifestations, to be there for everybody, interior steadfast and implacability, knowing the law, the code, the way, magnificent in applying vaster awareness to life's particular details, variations on the theme of how everything fits together perfectly and is woven by divine design, the fine-tuned sensibility of the master craftsman, particularly adept in staying modest, unadorned, and straight on. It is the exemplar of the way it is done, and when you know who you are and how things are around here, and when you see it coming through in every jeweled detail with little lost in the translation. So hyper focused on the goal, like you that's pretty beautiful and on point. And if you take all three of those and kind of mix them together, it talks about exactly what I was saying, just shutting out those damn distractions so that you can focus on the immediate task. And for Geminis, this is going to mean pouring all that energy into your home and family matters with clear intent. Build structure in your life that's going to bring stability to give you the support for the public success that you're seeking. So I really think that this is going to yield some big changes for you, Geminis, and I'm excited for you because it's time. You're ready. I am going to go ahead and switch over so we can do some tarot. Let me get this going. Ooh, I don't. There we go. All right. So, while I have you here, let me just recommend while I'm shuffling that after the video, take a look in the channel description as well as the description of this video to find out how to book a personal reading with myself or with Miriam. If you want us together, hey, we'll tag team a tarot spread for you guys. We're doing a group reading. We're doing like 75 minutes of either tarot or astrology, and we just go to town for you. And when we hook up together, so many messages come through. It's truly mind blowing. It really is. And I'm not just saying that because I'm me. Wouldn't that be kind of jacked up? I'm saying it because I know my gifts, I know Miriam's gifts, and when we get together, we bridge. I've even looked in the human design behind it. Like we have each other's bridge that we need to interlock these two, gates and the psychic sensibility, and it just amplifies. And it's pretty amazing. So definitely consider that. If you are not a member or a subscriber on this channel, we would love to have you join us. We've got more and more content coming out, lots of big stuff going on with many years of experience between the two of us. Yeah, like, share, subscribe, come back for more. In the meantime, let me go ahead and refocus here on Gemini. And oh yeah, my little setup here. This is from like my pre-spread meditation on you guys. This is a little bit of ode to the Virgo eclipse, a little bit of ode to the Pisces lunar eclipse. Yeah, let's go ahead and see what's going on in September for my Gemini risings. What do they need to know, please? September for eclipse season. Man, I can't quite get a grip on that stack of cards. Let's try that again. All right, they're telling me they're ready, even though they're shuffled weird. Okay. All right, what do we got for Gemini, September 2025? Did I say 2024? Oh, wow, y'all are talking. Three of Cups. Three of Cups popped out first. That's how you're coming into it. Very excited. Page of Swords. Some new ideas, messages. You may be studying something new or have learned something new. Really, with the birds and the light ball, I have goosebumps all over. The under energy is going to be the Six of Swords. So it may not be so easy to step into this role that you're seeking, but it is one that you really just have to go it alone. Um, Go it alone and don't be afraid to make that dream happen. That new dream career is definitely within reach, and you are so ready coming in with that Three of Cups. You've got so much love and abundance. All right, show me the outside influences. All right, thank you. Okay, and how's it close out? All right, well, that's what I got so far. That's the second time that's popped out tonight, but you got it in the upright. We got another page, Page of Cups in the upright, and King of Wands. Very nice. All right. Clarifying energy for that King of Wands is the Knight of Cups. All right. So show me a little more about the outcome, how that's going to play out. Okay. It threw me two. I just needed one, but I'll look at it nonetheless. Oh, it's going to leave you with a choice. Two of Swords. I just heard no brainer. Six of Wands in reverse. Okay, so I gotcha. Let's look at the underside of the energy. Three of Pentacles. When I said you might be learning something, that's kind of what that lends to, right? Like something new. You're going to be crafting up something new. It's going to require some time as, why is my brain not thinking of this? It's almost like an intern level. Like a probie. You gotta be new at this. You may be new at this, but the threes, you've got two threes energies in this, and it's beautiful because I always think of Gemini as a three energy. All right, so yeah, you're probably going to be aligning with a new group of people, and the inspiration maybe okay, I'm digging this really quick here. Let me go ahead and take a look because I'm feeling you have the two pages that came out side by side, okay? So the page of swords and the page of cups, okay? So that right there, I mean, that's going to speak to that creativity that I was talking about when I was talking about Pisces energy, right? Um, it's lighthearted, it's fun, it's something that floats your boat. It floats your boat, and I think you're going to end up. Maybe it's even an idea that you have with some friends, people that feel like home. If it's not siblings, okay, if for any reason it's not siblings, it could be your children, um, that are being affected by this, but more so, I think that you have the support that you need. Maybe a couple of good friends, that are really rooting you on, and I love that for you. It's with it and going into this new venture. When I look at the outside influences, um, you may have people looking at you as if you're new with it, but your fire is strong, Gemini. You know what you want, and you're using your intuition and maturity with that King of Wands. Although your mind may be a little flighty like this, like when I say flighty, look at that. I mean, it's got a pig that's got wings in the upper left-hand corner. I mean, it's up in your head. It's in your thought. Maybe this idea, thought process, and everything that you're moving into this creative venture or this new outer appearance of yourself. I say appearance, but that's more first house. But basically your legacy. I think that you've been dreaming about this. some people think you're lost in the clouds, but you're not. You're not. You're standing on something solid. And you've just been waiting for that spark of inspiration to light up and be recognized by your peers, and to have that kind of backing, that makes you feel home. It makes you feel loved. It makes you feel supported, and that you're in the right place. Now, when I talk about the outcome, it pulled out with the Two of Wands in the upright and the Six of Wands in reverse. To me, this is like saying, because it's looking back. I'm sorry, it's looking back. Let me see. It's looking back at all of this, and it's caused some mental and emotional anguish or angst, right? Um, it's more like anxiety. You don't care to go in and win the whole world with the moves that you're making. You're just, the personal victory is going to come in not looking back. Don't don't look back to the way things were, because that's not going to serve you proper in this way. I know you're not doing this to seek attention, or to gain recognition. Maybe you're even uncomfortable in that leadership role. Okay. Maybe that's what it is. However, you've got to stop looking at yourself in that way. It's okay to want victory. It's okay to want to be recognized for your gifts. It is. Now, everybody may not understand your gifts, but you've got the right people. And my goodness, right below that, I have the Emperor, sitting, the Emperor and the King of Wands. You may even, and this just throws me back to your fourth house, 10th house axis that's being activated. It seems like there may be somebody that carries some big fire energy in your life. It could be a father, it could be a mentor of some sort that you may need to, because this came through as outside influences. You may just be a little aloof in what your next step needs to be. Don't forget that you have a community of people around you that are willing to help you build and get there. It's just a matter of sorting shit out, right? You don't go from green to red to yellow. That's what Uranus and Gemini will have you wanting. The eclipse energy may even have you feeling really discombobulated after the lunar eclipse and really feeling kind of lost, but don't lose that stamina, and don't be afraid to reach out to another person that you admire or respect, that has experience in leadership roles, because I'm sure they'll have some good advice for you. Um, Below that would lend to, again, some things in reverse, like letting go of some toxicity, maybe even some toxic home environments. That's enough about that. Moving along, my Geminis. So I'm going to show you, we're going to move into the Oracle deck of the Sacred Rebels. This was my first Oracle deck ever, and I love it. And it's already ready. Like, I immediately got goosebumps. I don't know if you can see it, but I do. I got goosebumps. All right. So show me, what is it that Gemini needs to know for September 2025 eclipse season? What advice do you have to lend? Oh, it's stuck together. Now my hair is standing on end on top of my head. Oh, write down your thoughts. I just heard that. You need to be writing down your thoughts. You're having so many of them and they're moving so fast, but they're brilliant. They really are. Okay, I got it. Thank you. All right, so let's check the underside of the deck. Relax and hold the darkness and be at cause. All right. The card that I popped for you. Every journey starts with a single step. Look at there. I love those spirals of manifestation. And isn't it how fitting that she's holding a briefcase? And I might just state that it's card number 12, which is also a 3. Another 3. So we got 3 3s, my Geminis. Um, one step at a time. So every journey starts with a single step. Let me go ahead and read that to you. All right. Card 12. One of the reasons I don't really break out this deck very often is because it is very wordy. Okay, so let me go ahead and if you just want to focus on that thought there. Every journey starts with a single step. Okay, you're on a journey, Gemini. Yes, it's an internal journey, but there's also a physical expression of this journey that is going to become increasingly important to the fulfillment of your destiny in this lifetime. Your journey has started on the inside, but its destination will be the physical expression of an internal healing. The journey will draw upon what you have learned and what you have mastered over the course of life, so much so that you may feel as though your life experiences have prepared you just for this particular adventure. You have all that you need within you. This is not a time to worry about what you're going to take with you. From within your heart, you will sense what needs to come along for the ride and what is best left behind you now. You may be surprised at exactly how much can be left behind without you feeling concerned or anxious. Geez, did I not say that? That anxiousness of like, what if, what if, what if, what if? All right. Let's see here. From within your heart, you'll sense what needs to come along for the ride and what is best left behind you. You may be surprised at exactly how much you can leave behind without you feeling concerned or anxious. Sorry, I guess I reread that. You will be able to travel far lighter than you ever imagined possible. To be best equipped for this journey, you will need a lightness of heart. There's my pages. The lightness of heart, the 3s, and the realization that change can be an incredible blessing, even if what you're leaving behind is something you found secure, safe, familiar, or comforting. Just as the butterfly leaves a chrysalis behind when it's time to spread its newly formed wings, so too are you ready to leave behind what once was and embrace what is more appropriate for you at this time. There's an element to the journey that you're embarking on, that is the unknown. Perhaps it is the news to you that you are even taking the journey. Maybe that's the surprise. However, the realization that traveling along a familiar path brings no guarantees is more likely. This open, unscripted quality to your journey will help you gain the most from your experiences. You see, this journey is a spiritual gift. It's an invitation from the great loving heart of the universe, calling you into something that you would not have otherwise found. You're not supposed to know all the details, nor how it's going to go ahead and work out. But you set out. You are just meant to take one step after the other, again and again, so that you can receive the gifts that are headed your way. Now, if you're considering taking a physical trip somewhere, this oracle comes as a confirmation the journey will in some way be a life-changing one, and this is good. If the journey that you're considering is a more internal variety, such as exploring a new field of consciousness, beginning a new creative work, or traveling into the void of the unknown possibilities in order to start your work, then this oracle is confirmation that is indeed a wise choice and much new life will come out of it. This oracle also brings particular guidance that the apparent small steps that you're taking in an area of your life important to you right now are actually far more powerful and constructive than you realize. Sometimes we're gaining ground, but the effect is not immediately obvious. This doesn't mean that nothing's happening. It simply means that the effects of your actions are cumulative and soon will begin to overflow into the physical world with a positive impact. And that itself may surprise you. This oracle brings the message that to you to keep going. If you have been doing a lot of inner work and are frustrated or concerned that you're not seeing the results translate into the physical world, keep the faith. As a physical manifestation of your inner work is coming, remember that you have all the resources that you need and then some. Your inner and outer journeys are blessed with positive energy, and all you need to do is keep going, one step at a time. Gemini. All right. Well, that was a whole lot of words. And I know Geminis love all the words. Words, words, words. All right. We're going to move on, and I will do the last card pull for you out of my Shaman's Dream Oracle. This one always has such divine messages, and I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. So, what does Gemini need to know? What advice do you have for my Gemini? I am lit tonight. I'm telling you, my spidey senses are all lit up. All right, Gemini, September 2025 eclipse season. What does Gemini need to know? Well, we got the Dream Thief, refusal of the call, number 13. The flying monkey. That's what I feel like trying to show you guys this picture. That's pretty cool. The Dream Thief, refusal of the call. And the underside of the deck with the energy of sky dancers to surrender. Beautiful sky dancers. So we got card number 13, which is a 4. Hey, that's a step up. So from 3s to 4s, huh? What do we got here? I don't remember the Dream Thief. Refusal of the call. All right. So, rejection of the path of fulfillment. Refusal of the call. The Dream Thief is a soft, and before I even go any further, I'm getting thrown back to this card, the Dream Thief. Like, don't look back. Okay. All right. So the Dream Thief is a soft and compelling seductress. Her only purpose is to keep you hypnotized by the comfort and sameness. She wants to tell you your old stories over and over so that you don't evolve beyond them. Ask yourself whether you're reverting back to the familiarity of your origin story, of why you were wounded or why you were rejected. Do you talk about how your family molded you as a child without also acknowledging that you've already become somebody else? Teaching from an old wound will never allow you a new adventure. Instead, bring to mind how you've already changed, remembering that you have new stories to rely and build upon. Do you want to move beyond the barrier of glass that you've placed between you and the horizon? You can. It's not that difficult. Answer the call to a new adventure and drop your resistance to sailing the uncharted seas of your potential. The wind will smooth and sing the Dream Thief to sleep so that you can wake up and move forward. Didn't I say something about wind earlier in this video? Anyways, you're so much more than you know, Gemini. Now's the time to express what is laying dormant. Your new adventure has already begun. Oh, all the feels, all the smiles. I'm so happy for you guys. Yeah, don't doubt your talent. You are so talented and gifted, and it is time for you to step up in the world. I mean, it's fated. I mean, it's eclipse season. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. So There you go, my Gemini. I thank you so much for coming back. That's all I have for you today. But please share, like, subscribe, and as always, make sure to keep shining your light. Love you. Bye.